Here's something that sounds obvious, but trips up a lot of exam candidates. Nobody actually wants IT. No one wakes up excited to buy servers. They want what IT does for them. That gap between what people want and what they'd rather not deal with is exactly what a service is. And ITIL 4 has very precise words for it. So let's start at the top. Organizations do not buy IT for fun. They invest in IT services because they want business results, more sales, happier students, faster decisions, fewer errors, and they want those results without taking on crazy costs or risks. That is the heart of IT service management. It is not about memorizing jargon. It is about managing services so that value gets created together with customers instead of being thrown over the wall from IT to the business. So, what exactly is a service? In the official ITIL 4 definition, a means of enabling value co creation by facilitating outcomes that customers want to achieve without the customer having to manage specific costs and risks. In plain English, a service is a way for one organization to help someone achieve something they care about while absorbing a pile of the costs and risks that person would otherwise carry alone. Take cloud storage. You want to store and reach your files from anywhere. What you do not want is to buy racks of disks, design backup strategies, and worry about power failures. The provider does all that heavy lifting. You still have some responsibilities, choosing strong passwords, deciding who gets access, but it is far less than running your own data center. That trade is what every service is. Which brings us to the word everything in ITIL circles around value. And value is not just did we save money? Value is the perceived benefits, usefulness, and importance of something. Perceived is the key word. A compliance officer might love a system because it keeps audit logs. A salesperson loves it because it closes deals faster. A finance director loves it because it cuts costs. Same service, different value. It depends who you ask. And here is where it gets interesting. Value is co-created. It does not ship in a box. It appears through the interaction between the provider and the consumer, and the provider designs and runs the service. The consumer uses it with their own people, their own processes, their own data. What comes out of that interaction is value. Now, ITIL 4 breaks value down with two lenses that show up all over the exam, utility and warranty. Utility is what the service does, fit for purpose. Warranty is how well it does it, fit for use. Learn those two phrases word for word, fit for purpose, fit for use. Exam questions, use them as the cue that separates the right answer from a very plausible wrong one. Take email. The utility is the basic functionality. You can send and receive messages, attach files, create calendar invites. That is the what. The warranty is everything around it. The service is available almost all the time. Messages arrive in seconds. There is capacity for the whole company, and it is secure, so random people cannot read your mail. That is the how well, and here is the catch. Great utility with terrible warranty is not value, tons of features, but the system is always down. On paper, it looks impressive. In real life, people are furious. Let's make it concrete with campus Wi-Fi. The service is internet access for students and staff. Utility is simple. It lets people connect their laptops and phones and reach learning platforms, research databases, and online classes. Warranty asks a different question. Does it work in every lecture hall from early morning to late at night? Can it handle thousands of students at once without crawling to a halt? Is it encrypted with individual logins? Are outages rare and fixed quickly? The value, students attending class from anywhere, depends on both. So, who is actually involved? ITIL 4 is very particular about stakeholders. First, the service provider, that is the organization delivering the service, a university IT department running the Wi Fi, or a cloud company running the storage. On the other side is the service consumer, and that is an umbrella term, which is exactly the kind of thing the exam likes to test. The consumer is really three roles. The customer defines the requirements and takes responsibility for the outcomes, usually the one who signs. The user is the person who actually uses the service day to day. And the sponsor is the one who authorizes the budget. Sometimes one person wears all three hats. A freelancer buying a SaaS tool is the customer, the user, and the sponsor all at once. Then there are other stakeholders, regulators, auditors, partners and suppliers, shareholders, internal departments like HR or finance. They might never touch the service, but they can be affected by it or influence how it is run. Now zoom in. ITIL 4 wants you to separate four ideas that people constantly blur together. An output is something produced by an activity, tangible or intangible, a report, a backup file, an incident ticket, a created user account. An outcome is a result that matters to someone, made possible by those outputs. Faster decisions because of that report. Students actually enrolled because registration worked. The output is the thing, the outcome is the point. Then costs, the money, the effort, the resources spent, and both sides have them. The provider pays for infrastructure and staff, and the consumer pays a subscription and invests time training people and a good service. Some of the consumer's costs are lower than doing it all themselves. And risks, possible events that could cause harm or make it harder to hit objectives, a cyber attack, an outage at peak hours, a data breach. Services remove some risks and they introduce others. Your turn. A university rolls out an online exam system. Which of these is an output, an outcome, a cost, or a risk? The system generates a PDF of each completed exam. Students get their grades in 24 hours instead of 2 weeks. The university pays a subscription fee to the platform, and there is a chance a cyber attack leaks the exam questions. Each time ask, is this a thing produced, a result that matters, a resource spent, or a possible event? Underneath all of this sits one more big idea: service relationships. ITIL used to talk as if providers delivered value and consumers just received it. ITIL 4 drops that one-way thinking. There is service provision to what the provider does, service consumption, what the consumer does, and service relationship management, the joint work of managing and improving the relationships. So take a cloud email service. The provider offers high availability, solid security, and useful features. The consumer configures accounts properly, trains staff to spot phishing, and sets sensible policies. The co-created value is reliable communication and better collaboration. But if either side drops the ball, the provider builds something fragile, or the consumer never trains anyone, the value is reduced or destroyed outright, both sides, or no value. Quick check. An email system has every feature you could ask for, but it is down 2 days a month. In ETIL 4 terms, what is wrong? The utility is fine. It does what it should. The warranty is the problem. It is fit for purpose, but it is not fit for use. And without both, there is no value. So what is the one thing to walk away with? Its service management in ITIL 4 is not about servers and tickets. It is about shaping services so that people, organizations, and technology create value together through utility and warranty, through clear roles like provider, customer, user, and sponsor, and through a constant balance of outputs, outcomes, costs, and risks. That was Module 2 of our ITIL 4 Foundation course, free. like the rest of it. All 14 modules, audio lectures, flashcards, and full mock exams free on Skarp. And if you are going for the newer ITIL 5 instead, we have got a course for that one too. Search Skarp on the App Store or head to skarp.app.